To be an ally of racialized or systemically marginalized groups, sometimes you need to stand in front, sometimes you must stand behind, and sometimes you must walk beside members. Hello, bonjour, ani bozo. This is your president. Now, 8 months into my term, some of our collaborations and initiatives which focus on equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging are taking shape. A huge part of this work is allyship. Allyship is a skill and it takes some practice. Sometimes, although well-intentioned, people believe they are being allies, but that is not how they're experienced by members of racialized or systemically marginalized groups. Allyship is when you use your power, privilege, influence, or positionality to support, elevate, and/or break down barriers for someone from a systemically marginalized group. Different situations may call for different ways of being an ally. Sometimes one needs to stand in front. It is important that the emotional labor, the work of speaking out, stepping up, calling someone out or in, needs to fall to folks with relatively more privilege. This may be necessary in situations where the privileged group dominates the conversation and does not create space for other voices. Sometimes it's imperative to stand behind, such that it is about being there with them, standing behind, having their back. It is about recognizing that they are experts on themselves and know what is best for them. This may occur where space is made for other voices and the audience is attentive and engaged. Finally, sometimes what is required is to sit beside a friend or colleague, recognize their experience, and sit with them in that space. This is a unique position as you can easily stand forward or fall back depending on the evolution of the situation. Allyship isn't static. It is active and changing, and there's need to check with the person, group, and our community you're aiming to support to make sure you're supporting people in the way they wish to be supported. There's not one way that works. It is about deciding how best to be an ally in a variety of situations. My biggest advice is to be humble. I recognize this may be new for some of you, and at times it can be awkward. You are not being a true ally if your efforts hurt members of the group you claim to be advocating for. So try your best to make a real commitment to your learning. But if you mess up, acknowledge your mistake, offer an apology, and get back to learning. Over the next few weeks, I hope to introduce you to a few members of some of the presidential working groups. These thought leaders have the full support of the board of directors, and they've been working tirelessly to bring key initiatives to fruition. So stay tuned to learn about the Equity Deserving Student Bursary Working Group and the EDA Framework Working Group. Thank you, merci, and miigwech.